Hello, my name is Jaco Smit and I am the Food Security Manager for Village of Peace, a sustainable development NGO working in Afghanistan, and I want to tell you a story. Last year in November, a 2-month-old baby, beautiful baby girl called Sarah was sold in Afghanistan for $560 US. This was a desperate attempt by her parents to save her 3 siblings. When I heard this, it really broke my heart. And after a lot of very hard work, my team and I finally managed to buy back little Sarah and reunite her with her parents. Luckily, she survived, even though she was severely malnourished and spent weeks in a hospital. The sad part is that little Sarah's story is not at all unique in Afghanistan. Currently, Afghanistan seems like the least possible place where anything good can happen. The country has been embroiled in decades of war. The internally displaced refugees number in the hundreds of thousands, and the country is battling an ongoing drought, the worst drought and famine in a decade. Due to all this turmoil, 13.5 million Afghans are currently food insecure. This implies that they have to survive on less than 1 meal per day. 2 million vulnerable Afghan children are currently suffering from malnutrition. Pneumonia is a malnutrition-related disease that causes 20% of all child and infant mortalities in Afghanistan. Now, this is particularly disconcerting if we take into effect that the coronavirus, which is spreading like wildfire through Afghanistan, worsens and causes respiratory diseases like pneumonia. This implies that children whom are already at risk now become even more vulnerable to contracting disease and maybe even dying. How do you effect real change in an impossible situation? St. Francis of Assisi had the following quite remarkable statement. He said, "Start by doing what is necessary. Then you do what is possible, and soon you will find that you are already doing the impossible." This is the same approach we follow at Village of Peace. Let's take food security, for example. The first step is to do what is necessary. We do this by handing out emergency food parcels in times of famine. The next step is to do what is possible. Now, this we do through our food security projects, in which we help vulnerable widows and orphans to become healthy, food secure, and to live a healthy and prosperous life in a sustainable way. And then something amazing happens, the impossible. And this happens as we see that widows and orphans not only become more healthy and food secure, but they thrive as they take what they have learned and they impart that and they teach that to other vulnerable individuals and other orphans and other widows. And we see how a whole community becomes more healthy. And this is wonderful if you witness how vulnerable people now are not only rehabilitated, but they become the motors of change themselves in a country where change seems impossible. Working in Afghanistan has taught me not to be need-driven, but purposefully led. If the need drives me, I continually focus on the here and the now and how I can solve current problems, almost always through handouts. However, if I am led by the purpose and I keep the purpose in sight the whole time, I have the end goal before me, which is a changed, food secure Afghanistan. I don't believe that change is an idea or a process. I believe change is a person who are purposefully led to do first what is necessary and then what is possible through compassion, and in doing so creating a reality in which the impossible becomes more than possible. I celebrate the fact that it was possible to reunite baby Sarah with her parents. But my heart breaks if I think of what could possibly happen to them next winter. However, I have personally witnessed how the lives of so many widows and orphans changed radically, how their lives become sustainable and how they prosper. And that, to me, is more than enough reason and proof to believe that Afghanistan is the perfect environment in which the impossible becomes possible. However, we can't do it alone, and we need your help and we need your support to be able to give families, vulnerable families like Sarah's family and countless other families, a hopeful future in which they too can prosper.